Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Vesta in Gemini in a natal chart. Now, the first thing is, as far as Vesta in a natal chart goes, this could show an area in life where we show a lot of concentration of power and power of concentration, where we show that single-minded focus and don't allow extraneous things to interfere with what we're doing. And Vesta being in Gemini, well, this could be anything, of course, connected with communication. This could be writing, journalism, even broadcasting, reporting, creating blogs, things that can require dexterity. This could be doing something like with auto mechanic repair, refrigeration mechanic repair, things that require our multitasking. Keep in mind that Gemini is, of course, not the most persistent of signs, so this could be kind of a little hard position to work with because of that, because Vesta is about our single-minded focus, but Gemini is very restless and really can have a hard time sticking with things. So I think this could be something where the person that has this position might be more suited for sticking with things that don't take perhaps that long to do, and also things generally connected with communication. And even if they take a little bit longer, there's a little better chance that the person will follow through on this, because Vesta is about what we are strongly devoted and dedicated to, and doing things with that single-minded focus. And it could also be somebody that shows this kind of focus even in games that require mental agility, such as Haiku, Scrabble, Sudoku, playing Tetris is another example of, say, an online, some kind of brain application, Luminosity, or I should say Lumosity, for example. Now, Vesta in our natal chart is also about who we could be sexually attracted to through by rationalizing, through analysis, and through doing things that are rationalized, and I should say who we choose, who we select through that process of rationalizing and analyzing. And this is in having Vesta in Gemini. Well, this could be somebody that may actually have Gemini prominent in his or her chart, such as, when I say prominent in the chart, of course I'm referring to Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, or Gemini Ascendant. Or it could simply be somebody that embodies Gemini-like characteristics. It could be somebody very vivacious, animated, witty, a person that projects a rather youthful countenance or complexion, somebody that's rather inquisitive, that's well-rounded, versatile, can do many different things. A person that might be dexterous, might be handy. But somebody, let's say if you have Vesta in Gemini in your 4th house, it could be somebody that might be handy in doing things around the house, plumbing, doing things that can require certain dexterity as far as home repair and renovation goes. And this is also, keep in mind too, that where Vesta is located in our natal charts can also show where we're strongly devoted and dedicated to. And this could be connected with assimilating information, multitasking, doing many things simultaneously, even taking little short trips and short journeys, and really about being inquisitive and always asking questions. If somebody has, say, Vesta in their 6th house of employment, for example, this could be a person that that may constantly ask questions pertaining to their work, and could help enable them to move up the ladder in their place of employment by asking these questions and performing their job to the best of their ability. And also, where Vesta falls in our natal chart could show where we want to be very precise and be infallible, where nobody hardly anybody is going to be perfect at anything they do. However, this is where we want to be as perfect, as close to perfection as we possibly can, and that, of course, can be through our communications and the way we speak and the way we write, and really doing things and really connected with as far as that goes, as far as our speaking and writing, our command of the English language. This is where we want to show, be as close to perfect as we possibly can. And also, Vesta in our natal charts can show where we don't want to be restricted. And of course, big communications, this is where the person doesn't want to be restricted in who they talk to, and it could even be, in some cases, being pinned down to one language. This could be somebody that might be able to speak multiple languages, and also learning. This person may want to learn constantly and about what information we assimilate. So those are some things to look at. And also mobility as well. Gemini energy can be about being very physically and mentally mobile and active. So this is a person that might be hard it might have difficulty sitting still for a period of time. But also keep in mind, what's also important, of course, is the house placement of Vesta. If this is something where, let's say you have Vesta in Gemini in your third house in your natal chart, this could show this strong ability, perhaps in this focus, this concentration of power and energy into communications with neighbors and siblings, if applicable, if you do have them. Now, let's say aspects are also important to Vesta in your natal chart, as this could impact the description and delineation. Let's say you have Vesta in your natal chart, and it makes in Gemini in your natal chart, but it makes let's say it makes a square opposition or even an inconjunct to your midheaven. Well, this could be somebody that might be more loquacious, and you might be or you may attract, I should say, let's say you might have that person that you might feel that sexual attraction to through that analysis, as I described, or through rationalizing. But it might be somebody that you might attract that can be very loquacious, can hold his or her own in conversation, but may have difficulty in expressing that side in public, and might be more of that conversation dominator in private as opposed to in public. So those are some things to look at as far as Vesta in Gemini goes in a natal chart. And that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment of Vesta in Gemini in a natal chart. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about Vesta in Cancer in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.